get it cause I said it, and I said it cause I mean it. That's on everything I love. Speak on it, my nigga, speak on it. If it's on, I'm with it.
You was serious, huh?
Hey, man, I mean, and that's, I don't know if you ever seen this. I used to go see that.
Oh, yeah, I got it. You did, too.
And you look on his arm, you see that chosen few cross?
Yes, sir.
When I went in to see him, the nurse stopped me and told me, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I come to see him." "Are you a relative?" Put that arm out. She looked at us and said, "Go ahead."
Ain't no question. Ain't no question.
No doubt, no doubt.
No, and that's real family.
That's real.
I came later, and I met a guy named Billy Diamond. He was in a club called the Wild Bunch, and I met him at the swap meet. And he asked me who I ride with, and I said nobody. I knew one guy. His name was Roger, and he's not the founder. Me and him was bus drivers together, but he was on the set, and he brought me around on the set. Matter of fact, he's the one that took me to the clubhouse the first time on Manchester. And Scat was there, leaned back. I seen Scat cleaning his fingernails with a knife longer than my arm. I couldn't believe that.
And you know Scat, well, you probably know, but Scat's son rides with Watts Riders now.
Yeah.
That's my boy. We like family. That's like we call it. I have gotten so many new cousins under the chosen few. Like when they find out who my dad, like, oh, you my cousin. We family. I said, guess what? I got the same principles and morals as that. So you damn right we cousin. I can't do it.
Yeah, I got in. I ended up getting in the Wild Bunch, and matter of fact, I was gonna fight Billy. Because when Billy left to join the chosen few, he came in and took the Wild Bunch patch and threw it on the floor. Just like we sitting here now, the club meeting, we used to sit in chairs like that in a big circle. He came in and knocked on the door. We opened the door. He came in. He said, I joined the chosen few. And he took the patch and threw it on the floor. And I jumped up. I said, "Nigga, you pick that shit up." And he went, "What?" I said, "Man," he said, "Doc, man, don't, you know you can't whoop me." I said, "I'm going to give you a good shot at it." I said, "Man, you'll pick it up. You want to quit, that's fine. But hand it to the president."
Right, yeah, don't disrespect it.
Yeah, and he looked at me, he said, "Doc, you crazy. You ain't even looking around. Look around." And I thought he was trying to get me to lose my attention on him so he could fire on me.
Right.
So I stepped back a couple of steps and I looked around and all the club members were sitting there with their arms folded like that. And he said, "See, you the only one that cared." Next thing I know, he walked out the door. And I said, "How in the hell did you guys let him do that?" He said, "We've been trying to get rid of him. We didn't want him to stay. And here you was trying to." I said, "Man," I said, he didn't have to throw it on the ground. He said, "We just wanted to patch back and let him get out."
Right. They didn't give a fuck how you just do it.
Yeah.
Great feeling.
Make a long story short, a year or two passed, and now I'm business manager. We had a dance, and after the dance, you know how they go to the clubhouses and have an after party. Well, at the after party, the chosen few came in. And when they came in, it was just like in the movies. When the bad guys come in, everything's stopping. The piano player's the only one playing. And that's the way it was. They came in, the music was playing, but everybody stopped dancing and everything. Well, I was business manager, and I had all the money in my pocket. And Shorty Joe came up.
Shorty Joe.
And he walked straight behind the bar and went to the refrigerator to get a beer. And I said, "Man, what you doing?" He said, I come to get a beer." I said, "Man, you take your ass around there and sit down at the bar." I said, "I'll give you a beer." He said, "Do you know who I am?" I said, "Yeah, you Shorty Joe, you're the president of Chosen Few." "Did you talk like that?" I said, we ain't at the Chosen Few clubhouse."
Right.
I said, "If you want a beer," I said, "I tell you what, if you sit there on that corner stool right there," I said, "every time you want a beer, I'll buy it for you and give it to you." And he said, "Okay," and he laughed. And I said, "But that's only for you. You can't take the beer I give you and give it to somebody else. That'll be the end of the line."
Right.
And he said, "What's your name?" I said, "Doc." He said, "You in the wrong club." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, you should be with me. I said, I ain't no bully. I don't want to be with you.
Right.
It wasn't 6 months later. I was in the children's field.
This is, I want y'all to see this right quick. This is the last time me and my dad, I took him to, it was his birthday, I think. I took him to a restaurant, a Brazilian restaurant called Samba's. You know, my dad used to like to eat.
Yeah.
I said, Dad, I'm finna fuck you up. You're not finna eat all this. So we got there. I told him about the little thing. There's green and red. I said, as long as this thing's on green, they gonna bring you food. And when you finish, I need you to turn on it. But this is what he said, look. I remember when he got that tattoo. Can y'all see that? Let him see the tattoo. Where you from? The original OG Joseph. There were about 3 or 4 of us left. What year you started? 63. Okay. Just so y'all know.
I used to call your dad.
That was 10 years before us.
I used to call your dad when I had a question about the history or individual. And he would him, Big Tony, you know, they were able to, you know, answer the questions. Bill Frank, you know, he kind of got scattered a little bit. Lionel, when I talked to Lionel, he would answer certain questions, stuff like that. But see, when you try to pass on the history to the youngsters, if it don't sound sexy, they just kind of, they embellish it. They want to raise it up a notch. You know, it is what it is.
Right. Right. That's one thing about history. That's
yeah, it is what it is. I rode to Philadelphia to the Wheels of Souls Clubhouse, and they have a banner when they go to roundups that they're the first Diamond Club, Black Diamond Club, and they're the first Black Outlaw Club that integrated. And I rode there by myself.
From here
From
to
here,
Philadelphia.
yeah, Philadelphia. And I went up there and told them, no, we were first. We were first. And one of the OGs named Wino, he studied us. See, because back east is different than up here.
Yeah.
We ride 24/7, 365.
They got
whatever.
6 months.
Yeah.
They
These
got
niggas
6
be
months to
riding in the
ride.
garage.
That's it. And they shit going right in the garage.
So he knew that, and he backed it, you know. Now, one of the guys, you know, that left the Wheels a few years ago, and he was in the Wheels at the roundup when I rode in their camp. And I'm gonna
Like I told y'all, this is some real OG stuff. That's why we speaking on it today. We're going to keep this history alive and keep it going. We got to.
You got to, man, because motherfuckers don't understand. You know, this is what we're about, man. And this is a brother named Concrete. He's a chosen few now.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a Wheel of Soul, which is, I give him credit, this is a bad motherfucker.
Right.
They got chapters all over the country. This is what he said in the podcast. I mean, in the thing. He said, when Boss Mike pulled into the Wheels camp alone over a decade ago, that was the only time I have ever felt like someone's patch was more significant than mine.
If I got it, then I got it. If I don't, I'ma get it. Cause I feel it and I feel it. I mean, that's on everything I
Speak
love.
on it, my nigga, speak on it.
If it's on, I'm with it. Go get your guns. That's on everything I love.